Revs Baseball is brought to you by Wellspan Sports Medicine, PeoplesBank, Shipley Energy, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Maple Donuts, Harvey's Rent-All, Flying Feet, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Broadway Transmission, Dasher Investment Services, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, Royal Manchester Golf Links, Dutch Apple Dinner Theater, York County Bar Association, Lidl, CBD Supply MD York, Crunch Fitness, Columbia Gas, York County Solid Waste Authority, PSECU, and by the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Deep left center, it is gone! Swing and a miss, he struck him out! Base hit! Revs win!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to what we hope is game number 67 of York Revolution Baseball here tonight. Weather, the big story once again as we hit the air here in stormy downtown York. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Ray Jensen. Welcome to Revs Baseball. And Ray, how about that weather out there, huh? Once again, as we hit the air tonight, that's the big story.
Yep. And my lack of sunny disposition mirrors the lack of sun currently over PeoplesBank Park. Just an ugly scene right now weather-wise.
Yeah, storms starting probably about an hour ago, and much like last night, heavy rain, a lot of lightning in the area, and I don't know, we've both kind of been keeping an eye on the radar here this evening, and I don't know. I mean, we'll try to get the game in, but there's more stuff behind this, and it could be going on for a while.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way, and it's not really going as quickly as last night's system did. This one is just kind of sitting on us, and once it gets through, its partner is not too far behind. So, a lot of wet stuff going through York right now in the past couple days, and I will say I appreciate it because the heat has been just as miserable.
Yeah, it's been like high 90s during the day, and then these fronts come through, and it's into the 70s, and that's what it is right now. But at the moment, the rain is actually light, but we did have pretty good downpour not too long ago. Tarp's been on the field for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes at this point, and the Revs, Ray, if we do get to play this game tonight, they need a win. They've dropped 5 in a row, which ties their longest losing streak of the season. 1-5 now here in the second half. Last night was pretty disappointing. They got a great start from Eduardo Rivera, but a late error. Bullpen was unable to hold it. And the offense didn't do much either against Zach Smith and Lancaster's bullpen.
Yeah, even though we got 8 hits, it's another time that the Revs have out-hit their opponent, but then failed to have that represent in a positive way runs-wise. And just a really frustrating night, especially after the long wait. And as you said, Daryl, Rivera was excellent in 6 innings. He had his fair share of walks, but I thought he worked around those beautifully. And Brandon Fry was excellent as well in the 7th, but late in the game, the bullpen just could not hold on.
Rivera, 6 innings, 1 hit. Second time in his last 4 outings that he's given up just 1 hit over at least 5 2/3 shutout innings. Last night it was 6 innings in the start. So the Revs, who have dropped 7 of their last 8 also, which comes after having won 4 of their previous 5 and 3 straight. We'll try to even this series tonight. Lancaster is 4-2. They've won 3 in a row, and they are in first place in the second half at this juncture, but obviously plenty of time to get things righted. And tonight, Duke Von Schaman slated to go 3-5. He's coming off a rough one, looking to get back into the win column tonight. Lefty Augie Silk goes for Lancaster. He's 2-3 with an ERA pushing 10, and that's a guy that the Revs have had some success against.
Yeah, he's had some tough outings against York, a little up and down. We talk about walk struggles throughout the Atlantic League. He certainly has had his fair share. But sometimes it doesn't matter because the Barnstormers' offense has been really good, as have the Revs. Sometimes the pitching doesn't matter. It's more whose bats are hotter in this War of the Roses series.
Yeah, last night a rare low-scoring game between these two. 5-2 was the final. Revs are home for these 3 days before going on the road for another week and trying to make the most of their stay here at PeoplesBank Park despite the loss last night. Do have a roster move today. Rookie right-hander Alec Hernandez has been signed. He threw a bullpen for Mace earlier today. He's a submarine righty, 24-year-old from Miami, a product of Lynn University in Florida. and he will be active in the Revs bullpen tonight. We take a look at what's on tap here on the pregame, which is once again a rain delay version. It's brought to you by Brewery Products and Bud, which is always on tap here at PeoplesBank Park. And coming up in our next segment, we've got Jim Reynolds with us, damage prevention liaison at PA One Call. And tonight is August 11th. It's the National August 11th event, 811 awareness, Pennsylvania 811 and PA One Call. We're going to talk with Jim about all of that. Very important safety information that could benefit a lot of folks. So interesting segment coming up next. We'll hear from Mace, get his thoughts on what went wrong late in the game last night. He'll join us here shortly as well. And our first pitch, no clue. Hopefully we have one at some point here tonight. Revs and the Barnstormers, we hope, here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Vicki from Brewery Products. Stay tuned to catch the latest episode of Beer Talk airing throughout the day here on WOYK. Each day will feature one of our great brewers and share fascinating stories behind their products. Hear how they got started, how they brew, and their own favorite selections. You might even find a new favorite for yourself. Beer Talk is presented by Brewery Products every day right here on WOYK.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Welcome back. Pregame tonight from PeoplesBank Park as we wait out the weather. Once again, Jim Reynolds from PA One Call joining us here on the show. Jim, damage prevention liaison at PA One Call. And all of a sudden, Jim, we have all the time in the world here this evening.
No, definitely. The weather just is not cooperating very well.
Are you a regular at PeoplesBank Park? Do you get here from time to time?
Not really. My first time.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome. I wish we had better weather to get this one started tonight, but it gives us a chance to talk about PA One Call, which is a great partner of the Revs. And first of all, who is Pennsylvania 811?
Pennsylvania 811, our purpose is to prevent damage to underground facilities. We provide a efficient and effective communications network between project owners, excavators, facility owners, and designers. So that they know what is underground before they even start digging.
Right. Just saw a bolt of lightning toward East York, which caught my eye. If I'm going to dig on my own property, do I need to call?
If you are using mechanized or powered equipment, yes, you do.
Okay. Is there a fee for PA One Call's service?
If you're a homeowner, no. It's a free service for homeowners. Now, if you are hiring a contractor to do work, that contractor is required to place his own call, and he will have to pay an annual $125 fee, but it is unlimited for the amount of calls they make during the annual year.
Okay, interesting. And who should make the call? You mentioned the contractor can, the property owner can. Who would you recommend?
The person doing the digging.
Okay.
The person doing the digging, it is very important that they are the one making the call, so that they are giving the exact information needed to place the one call properly.
Gotcha. Jim Reynolds, Damage Prevention Liaison from PA One Call, joining us. And this is our National August 11th event, 811 awareness. And how deep would I have to dig before I'm required to call?
Well, that is an interesting question. There is no depth. From the time you put a shovel or a bucket from an excavator into the ground, you are required to make the phone call.
Okay. So, PA One Call, what are the hours of operations?
We are a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year operation or organization. We go by what we call a business day. Business day starts at 12 a.m. and ends at 11:59 p.m.
I like that. So do our radio station's days. If we're looking to begin digging, how many days does one have to wait?
3 days.
Okay.
So, and when I say 3 days, it's 3 days, 3 business days. So if you call in on Monday or Tuesday, figuring that you are going to do a project on the weekend, you want to make sure you do call in Monday or Tuesday. That gives the locators from the facility owners enough time to go out and mark their buried facilities.
White markings, what are those?
White marking is if you cannot provide exact location information on where you are planning on digging, mark it in white. White
Okay.
paint, white flags, white stakes, so that the locator knows exactly where you are going to be digging, and that will give them enough information and is not wasting their time on marking out 100 feet in each direction.
Okay. Now, who marks the underground utility lines typically?
Well, that is always a good question because everyone thinks Pennsylvania One Call does the markings. We do not. We are only a communicator between the facility owners who own the lines that are buried. They are the ones that come out, mark their lines as precise as they can so that they can avoid damage.
Okay. Now we actually, this reminds me, now I know there's different colors. We had a former pitcher who worked in construction, Jarrett Martin. He worked in construction in California at one time, and one day we're at Long Island, we're walking to lunch, he's pointing out all these different colors on the ground. He knows what they mean. What do the colors mean on the pavement?
Well, the colors are standard across the world.
Okay.
It's an actual standard color coding. White is for proposed excavation. Pink, temporary survey markings for like designers where they're going to be doing the work. Red is electric. Let's see. Orange is communication, alarms, actually even the sensors in the street for the traffic lights.
Okay.
Red, or red I already did, electric. Blue is potable water. Purple is reclaimed water or slurry, or if you have an irrigation line, you mark it in purple. Green is sanitary and storm sewer.
Very interesting. All right. Well, there will be a test later. No, just kidding. But maybe some folks will remember some of that when they see that. And very, very interesting. It's all color-coded. Jim Reynolds, Damage Prevention Liaison from PA One Call, is with us on the pregame here tonight. So this is probably an important one. What should I do if I smell gas?
Call 911. That is the first thing you should do, is call 911. Once you do that, then if you know who the gas company is in that area, give them a call. Let them know. But the first thing to protect everyone is dial 911.
Now, how would I contact my local utilities?
Well, each utility on their invoices, or with the evolution of the computer and websites, look on their website or on your bill, and they will give you a customer service number.
And back to PA One Call, how would someone learn more about your services?
We have a wonderful website. It's www.paonecall.org. Gives you a lot of information on there. If you are looking for a specific liaison or even a facility owner in the area, you can find all that information on the website.
Well, Jim, fantastic. Thank you very much. Are you a baseball fan?
Yes.
Yeah?
Very much so.
Who's your favorite major league team?
Phillies.
Attaboy. Got a lot to be excited about these days, huh?
Oh, yes. I wish Nola was able to continue last night, but as we are running into here, the rain just really put a damper on things.
Mother Nature's got other plans sometimes, but are you in the York area? Or
actually, I am in southeast PA.
Oh, okay.
About 20 miles outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, all right. Well, I hope you get to see a game tonight. If that doesn't happen, we'll certainly have you back. But really appreciate the info. And again, PA One Call's been a great partner of the Revs, and I think people can benefit from hearing this tonight. Appreciate it.
Right. And again, if you need any more information, www.paonecall.org.
Perfect. Jim, thanks again for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Go Revs and go Phils.
You got it.
That's Jim Reynolds, Damage Prevention Liaison from PA One Call, joining us here in the pregame tonight. We'll take a quick break. Mace joins us on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report up next.
The 1741 Club is here. You in? PeoplesBank Park introduces a revolution in hospitality in York. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. Now open on the skybox level of PeoplesBank Park, the 1741 Club features stylish design and contemporary decor, all-inclusive food and beverages, and totally flexible ticket purchase options. The hottest spot in York is the place to entertain and thank customers, reward employees, celebrate family occasions, or simply treat yourself to an all-inclusive experience at the ballpark. Nightly menus include enhanced classics and a rotation of special offerings, and house selections of draft beer and wine and a full range of non-alcoholic beverages are included in the ticket price. 1741 Club tickets are available for individual purchase through 3 levels of membership or as season tickets, and they can be used for any of the York Revolution's home games based on availability. The 1741 Club, presented by UPMC. You in? Details and pricing at 1741club.com.
At York Saw and Knife, we are a quality custom manufacturer of metal business-to-business cutting products. We serve lots of industries. Some include food processing, textiles, packaging, and lumber mills. As a stable, growing, family-owned business, our employees are family. We're looking for positive, quality-minded team members interested in the metal trades. We have both first and second shift openings for entry-level employees. To find out more about the positions available at York Saw and Knife, visit yorksaw.com. Shadowfax is committed to helping people with intellectual disabilities live an everyday life in their home and community. Currently, Shadowfax is seeking applicants of a passion for making a difference, one person at a time. Open positions include Residential Direct Support Professional, LPN, Day Services Community Participation Support, Residential Scheduler, Training Manager, and more. Shadowfax offers comprehensive benefits packages and a $1,000 sign-on bonus for most positions if hired before August 1st. For a full list of open positions and pay rates, visit shadowfax.org. Shadowfax, building relationships, creating possibilities. Shadowfax is an equal opportunity employer.
It seems every time you pick up the paper, turn on the news, or surf the web, you hear more bad news about the economy. No doubt, business just isn't what it used to be. But the fact is, consumers are still buying. Our homes continue to need repair. Our cars need to be maintained. And we still need to buy the other products and services that keep our lives and our businesses going in the right direction. That's why you need to buy now. Right now is the perfect time to market your company. Businesses have cut their marketing, and that allows you the opportunity to gain a larger share of market, more awareness, and ultimately more sales. So don't get caught in the trap of business is bad all over. Change the destiny of your business and buy now.
To find out about affordable and effective advertising, call me, Chris Carafa, at 717-419-9153 or contact us through our website at 989woyk.com. Save now, buy now, and get your unfair share of the business while your competitors are retreating.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace. Well, tough one last night. Things were going really well until the 8th inning, and the play where they took the lead. Give me your perspective on it looked like Jack had to wait back for the hop, and then just had to rush it a little bit, and Nelly usually makes those picks. But did you see anything from the dugout that maybe we didn't see from up there?
I mean, to be honest, I just thought it was a routine ground ball, and I know Clark runs pretty well, but I don't think Jack was really rushed. I just think he just made a bad throw, to be honest, and then Nelly tried to pick it, but with 2 out and bases loaded, I mean, as soon as the ball's in play, everybody's running. So the guy from third scores easy, and the guy from second just keeps running. And because it was a bad throw and we didn't pick it clean, the guy from second scores easily on that too. So, that turned into a 2-run play, and that put us behind. And then they hit the 2-run homer in the 9th inning, and then that put us way behind. So, with Schumann coming in the game, I mean, it's tough to score 1 run, let alone 3, although we did have the tying run at the plate when the game was over, and all that happened with 2 outs. So, we had a chance, but just unfortunately we couldn't finish the game. Putting up some zeros there to guarantee either a 2-0 or a 2-1. I thought Sanchez did a great job coming in relief of Paredes. He got Trayvon to strike out, and then we got the ground ball. So, from the dugout, we're thinking, all right, 2-1, and okay, let's go to the 9th inning, but it just didn't work out that way.
And one thing this year, it's been tough to find consistency within games, going from guy to guy, or certain pitchers going from one appearance to the next. And Fry's been kind of lights out here recently, but then your other 2 lefty relievers in a little bit of a rut here of late.
Yeah, and with the amount of left-handers that they had coming up, the thought process was, Eddie would get the 9-hole hitter who's a switch hitter, and then it was going to be 4 lefties in a row, because Alleman right now, he cannot hit from the right side because I think he has an oblique issue, so that's why he's hitting from the left side against left-handed pitchers. So then it was going to be Gindel, Alleman, Galen, and then Diaza. So I figure left on left, that's the way we want to go, and then Fuller for the 9th. So, so that was the plan. It just didn't work out the way we wanted.
The biggest positive from the game, Eduardo Rivera gets back on track. Phenomenal start from him last night.
Oh, for sure. 93 pitches, I think, 6 innings, a lot of strikes last night. And the only advice I gave before the game, I just told him, don't abandon your fastball. Make sure you use your fastball all night and get, that'll keep the hitters off balance instead of just going like he did in West Virginia. It was just breaking ball. So, or I'm sorry, in Lancaster last week. So, he was able to use his fastball the way he wanted to, and that makes his curveball much better. So, he put up 6 scoreless against their lineup, being a right-handed pitcher. That's, that says a lot.
And get another reliever in today, Alec Hernandez. You just watched him throw a bullpen. What do you think?
Well, he's definitely submariner, which we don't have one of those, and he can also throw from a couple different arm slots. So, we'll see in game situations. Bullpens are one thing, and one thing I find out with guys that throw from down there, like Ronnie Morales did, and some other guys we had in the past, you almost need a hitter in the box to give you point of reference. So, for other guys that throw more over the top or 3/4, you don't need the hitter as much, but for the guys that throw from the ground, you need a hitter in there to give you a point of reference.
It was a quiet night for the offense. Is it a problem that you can't really get on the field for a lot of extended work this week with the heat and everything, or is that not so much a factor at this point?
I'm not going to blame it on that. I remember we had some really high-scoring games where we hit in the cage. Matter of fact, I think Lancaster last week we had all high-scoring games, and I know there was at least one day we didn't get on the field. So, it's just timing in general. And Smith we had seen before, but not for any duration of time. Silk, who's going to pitch tonight, I think at their place he went less than 2 innings because he got a little bit wild. So we'll see what happens tonight. But I don't think the BP part is what the issue is right now.
What's your big focus for Duke tonight? With it was really 2 big innings in his last start. What happened there, and what's your focus coming into this one for him?
He just has to be better early. He's had the last couple outings where he gave up runs in the first inning, and then he would put up a couple zeros, 3 zeros, and then maybe in the 5th inning he'd give up, some runs too. And the problem is not giving up runs. Like, okay, if you give up 1 run in the first inning, you can live with that. But you start getting the crooked numbers up here, the 3s and the 5s. That's, that makes it tough. So we got to minimize damage. When they have a chance to put up a lot of runs, we got to figure out a way to keep that at a minimum. And in the meantime, we got to put up some zeros in between to give the offense a chance to do some damage of our own. So it's much easier to hit when you're in a 1 or 2 run game than when you're in an 8 or 9 run deficit. I just think it's hard to focus like that. It's not very easy to hit the baseball anyway. So when you get down a certain amount of runs, I think it just makes it harder to be effective.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck here tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, well, it remains to be seen if tonight happens. Light rain continuing to fall, and I think the biggest concern would probably be what is still to come as to whether or not we can make a move toward playing baseball or not. But at the moment, we're in a delay once again. Of course, last night's game started after an hour and 58-minute rain delay, which ended up being the longest that the Revs have been involved in since 2018, the 9th longest in Revs history. So we had a top 10er. Those are always fun. But tonight we'll see what happens. One thing, the Barnstormers do come back, and we also have the scheduled game for tomorrow. So it's not like it's a scheduling crunch where this is their last visit or anything like that. But we always do everything we can to get the games played on the dates they're supposed to be played. So we shall see. But we'll head back to Fox Sports Radio while we wait. And before we do that, tomorrow, 6:30, will be Throwback Thursday, 70s night with Schoolhouse Rock presented by UPMC. And it's also our big Penn State family celebration with Rally Towel giveaway presented by Penn State York. Joe Julius will be here tomorrow night, former Penn State kicker. And tickets on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Shipley Energy ticket office. But while the rain is light at the moment, it does continue to fall, and we're still in a holding pattern, so we will update you as soon as we can. But for the moment, we'll send it back to Fox Sports Radio. Another rain delay. Revs and Barnstormers hoping to play here tonight on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Back here at PeoplesBank Park, public address announcement just made. There will be no game tonight. Rain out here this evening, and certainly has to do with what has already come down and what is still potentially due to come down. This will be the third postponement for the Revs this season. Of course, opening night was the only other one at home until now, and then they had one June 10th at Southern Maryland. So it hasn't happened often, but no game tonight. It'll be made up not tomorrow night. We'll play one game tomorrow, and I'm not sure if they took the heat index into consideration with that or not. They very well may have, but we'll have a doubleheader on Wednesday, September 15th, when the Barnstormers are in town for their final visit here in 2021. They have the game tomorrow and then one more series here in York. After that, of course, there's one more in Lancaster as well. But Wednesday, September 15th will be the doubleheader for the makeup from this one. Those who have tickets for tonight's game, if you're listening in your car, whatever the case may be, you do not need to exchange those tonight. Simply hold on to those, and you can redeem those in person at the Shipley Energy ticket office for a future home game based on availability. Doesn't have to be September 15th, doesn't have to be tomorrow, but hold on to your tickets from tonight and you can exchange those for a future home game, and we still have a good 2 months remaining in this 2021 season for you to do that. So no game tonight. Revs will get back at it tomorrow. It's a 6:30 first pitch, and we'll be on at 6:10 as always. And I would imagine that we'll have the same pitching matchup tomorrow night. Duke Von Schaman against Augie Silk. It would have been the matchup here tonight. And again tomorrow, Throwback Thursday, 70s theme with Schoolhouse Rock presented by UPMC. It's our big Penn State family celebration with Rally Towel giveaway presented by Penn State York. And tickets are on sale at YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Shipley Energy ticket office. So until then, for Ray Jensen here with me, Daryl Henry saying so long from PeoplesBank Park. Revs and Barnstormers rained out tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 6:10. That'll be our air time to wrap up this even more brief stay here at home now here this week. We're down to 2 games here in these 3 days, and we'll have it for you tomorrow at 6:10 right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.